Yeah. 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 What the fuck they thought this was? You feel me? Oh my God. Oh, to God be the glory. Oh my God. 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 Listen, let me get the intros out the way. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on a very impromptu episode of Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. This is when that catchphrase, this is when that motto comes in full effect. No matter if you win, no matter if you lose, you just got to charge it to the game, man. Hell of a football game. I was on the edge of my seat from beginning to end. So many things to break down, so many things to discuss. As of right now, my emotions are still on a high, so this may not be the most chronological breakdown tonight. I'm gonna give you guys the forewarning. If you're looking for some eloquent breakdown right now, I can't do that tonight. Tonight, I can't give you guys this eloquent soliloquy that I always do. I can't. I gotta save that for when I'm more prepped. This live stream just came off the cuff. I was just feeling it tonight. I had to talk to y'all. I was thinking about y'all the whole game. S. Blunt, I was thinking about you. Jason Williamson, I was thinking about you. Mom Dukes, Carolyn Palmer, I was thinking about you. James McFadden, Bold Brew, Will, Chris, Keita, Welly Well, I was thinking about y'all when I was watching this game. And all I could say to myself was, yo, I need to talk to my people. I need to talk to my tribe. Because let's be honest, this game was looking a little shaky. Jalen Hurts was looking a little, You know what I'm saying? Look, Jalen Hurts turned the ball over 3 times tonight. To be honest with you, I don't put those fumbles on him at all. Cam Jurgens has to snap the ball a little better. That first fumble was on Cam Jurgens. That's not on Jalen Hurts. And then the second fumble, the snap looked good. I don't know what happened. Jalen Hurts and Cam Jurgens got to work on their chemistry. That's one of the main storylines. Jalen Hurts and Cam Jurgens, they have some work to do. And then Jalen Hurts made some awful decisions with the ball. Some awful decisions. You got to be better than that. You can't. Jalen Hurts was, you know what's so crazy? Jalen Hurts, after those first 2 turnovers, he was surgical. He was running the offense. Did y'all see Jalen Hurts making all those checks at the line? Jalen Hurts was making all those checks at the line. And also, Jalen Hurts was amazing against the blitz tonight. Didn't they say Jalen Hurts can't read the blitz? Didn't they say Jalen Hurts, the book is out on him? There was a point in the game, hold on, because my man Jeff Kerr tweeted this. I got to find Jeff Kerr's tweet. I liked it. I think there was a point in the game where Jalen Hurts was, I believe, 5 for 5 against the blitz with a touchdown. Okay, here it is. There was a point in the game where Jalen Hurts was 4 for 4 for 64 yards and a touchdown against the blitz in the first half. Against the blitz in the first half, Jalen Hurts was 4 for 4, 64 passing yards, a touchdown, a perfect QB rating. They said this brother couldn't read the blitz. I think this early game jitters, the interception, the fumble, I think Jalen Hurts got that out of his system. I think we're going to see a much more buttoned up Jalen Hurts going forward, right? And the thing is, right, again, both his interceptions were completely unforced. Completely unforced. Yet he still did what he did. And the Eagles still managed to come out with the win. Still managed to come out with the win. I want to give credit to Josh Jacobs, who came alive in the second half. The Eagles had him bottled up in that first half. Josh Jacobs came alive in the second half. Got to give credit where credit is due. Got to give credit to the Packers offensive line. They were solid tonight. They were solid. They were very solid tonight. And then they came alive in the second half in terms of running the ball. There were some running plays, for example, on the Jaden Reed 33-yard touchdown. Their blocking was flawless. Their blocking was flawless on that Jaden Reed 33-yard run. That jet sweep blocking was immaculate. I think that Packers O-line did pretty all right tonight. I think Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis started off very strong. You got to give credit to the defense. See, listen, we're going to talk about Saquon Barkley, a hat trick. Come on, dog, really? But I got to show love to the defense. The Eagles won this game because of their defense. If that defense doesn't start the game off strong, the Eagles would have got blown out of the freaking water. But that defense held true. That defense held up in the red zone. That defense held up on multiple short fields. That defense last year would not have done that. The game would have been over in the first quarter. That defense came up huge in the first quarter. Standing firm, holding them to field goals. My God, is Zach Bond the best linebacker on the team? The player that I told y'all about when we signed him? And some of y'all laughed at me. Some of y'all laughed at me when I said, listen, watch Zach Bond. When we signed him, I said, look, this guy is athletic. He's a stat sheet stuffer. He can do a lot of different things. I told people about Zach Bond. And Dean wasn't really that bad either. Quinyon Mitchell, he was solid. He had moments where he looked like a rookie. It comes with the territory. But I think Quinyon Mitchell overall was solid. Reed Blankenship with the interception, right? Darius Slate even forced the fumble, even though they did recover it, right? I think overall the DBs and the linebackers played very well. We need more from our pass rush, though. We need more. The only sacks on the night came by way of Zach Bond. Big sacks, too. Key crucial sacks. Zach Bond led the Eagles in tackles, total tackles. He led the Eagles in solo tackles with 11. 2 sacks, quarterback hits, a tackle for loss. Bryce Huff, no pressures. Josh Sweat, where were you? I saw more from Nolan Smith than I saw from Josh Sweat tonight. Nolan Smith actually looked like he could have got home a couple times. I saw more from Nolan Smith than I saw from Bryce Huff tonight. The Eagles' edge rushers, yo, Bryce Huff, you getting paid too much money for 0 pressures, my G. And look, I will say this as well. The grass was awful, and it made it really hard for those edge rushers to turn the corner. I will say that. It made it hard for those edge rushers to turn the corner. But still, I saw Nolan Smith jump off the screen before I saw Josh Sweat and Bryce Huff jump off the screen. I didn't expect that. Like, come on. Even BG was getting close. Bryce Huff, Josh Sweat. Y'all too young. Y'all too athletic to not be getting the pressures y'all need. Man, Nakobe Dean almost had a pick 6. If he has that pick 6, that game goes to 21-12 instead of 19-14. Think about that. That swing was insane. If Nakobe Dean catches that pick 6, this game is over. But you know what? Nakobe Dean gave me more good than bad. I think that Nakobe Dean, Zach Bond combination played very well, and I think they can only get better. There were so many moments when Nakobe Dean was slicing and getting in the backfield. He was cutting through. Nakobe Dean knows how to fit the run gaps. He knows how to get there. He knows how to get there. Zach Bond had a really big tackle in open field on Josh Jacobs. Loved it. Avonte Maddox, I'm sorry. I can't. Avonte Maddox, I tried to pull for you all throughout training camp and preseason. After what I saw today, I'm nervous about you, brother. I'd much rather have Cooper DeJean out there. As a matter of fact, what I saw last night told me that the Philadelphia Eagles should have kept Q in the slot and they should have put Keely Ring on the outside. That's what that told me. That's what that told me. The Eagles decided wrong. They wanted Quinion Mitchell exclusively on the outside. I'm not mad at the thought process. You want your rookie out there. But at the same time, Avonte Maddox was a liability in the slot. But what do you expect when you had him playing safety all summer? Right? What do you expect? Overall, though, I know the scorecard doesn't really dictate it, but that Eagles defense played very well. You know what's so funny? The scorecard gives you an indication, but it also doesn't give you an indication of how good that defense played tonight. I feel good about the defense going forward. I think this defense is going to be pretty good come week 8, week 9. You know, other than the Jalen Hurts turnovers, the offense looked pretty good. I loved the motion from Kellen Moore. I loved how they used all 3 running backs at varying situations. There was a moment when you saw Will Shipley and Saquon Barkley on the field. You saw Will Shipley go over in motion, which opened up a clean pass for Smitty. Jalen Hurts made some pretty passes tonight. He made some pretty good passes tonight. And Kellen Moore, you saw a brief glimpse of what this defense could look like with the Kellen Moore effect. You saw how much space they were able to create. Oh, yeah, by the way, Jimmy Hoffa, where he at? Didn't Jimmy Hoffa say Jair Alexander? Wait, hold on. Didn't he say A.J. Brown was slow? Where Hoffa at? Y'all, didn't Jimmy Hoffa say A.J. Brown was slow? Somebody tell me if I'm tripping or not. Y'all was in the live stream earlier. Didn't Jimmy Hoffa tell us A.J. Brown was slow? Didn't he say he was slow? Look, I'm going to give Jair Alexander credit. He caught that interception. Now, granted, that wasn't even his man, but he made the adjustment and he did what he was supposed to do. Xavier McKinney did what he was supposed to do. But other than that, Jalen Hurts was pretty much picking them apart. Let me look at the stats real quick. Hold on. Jalen Hurts, 20 for 34. 20 divided by 34 is, okay, you got to be more accurate, Jalen. You got to be more accurate. Jalen Hurts went 20 for 34, 278 passing yards, averaged 8 yards an attempt, two passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Was sacked twice on the night. And Saquon Barkley, 24 carries, 109 rushing yards, averaged over 4 yards a carry, 2 rushing touchdowns. He had the 2 catches for 23 yards and the touchdown catch. Saquon Barkley, over 120 yards from scrimmage, 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. Wow. Shout out to Saquon Barkley, man. Big runs. I loved what I saw from Kenny Gainwell also. I feel like Kenny Gainwell had some crucial conversions. Shout out to Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith with the second half. With the second half heroics. Super reliable when it mattered most. I got to give credit to this team for making the plays when they needed to make them. First game of the season, I'm not going to hold too much against this team. But it doesn't look good when Jalen Hurts is coming off of a season where he had 20 turnovers. Now you have 3 turnovers on the season. Or, I'm sorry, you have 3 turnovers on the season already in game 1. Jalen Hurts. That can't happen. It's game 1. I'm not going to hold it against you, but the rest of the world will. They will say Jalen Hurts still hasn't solved his turnover issue. Jalen Hurts still isn't putting up all-pro tape. Well, the boy Jordan Love that y'all love so much didn't put up all-pro tape today. Jordan Love was inaccurate. He was inaccurate. His receivers was dropping the ball. Outside of 2 explosive plays for touchdowns, Jordan Love was not good tonight. That's a fact. Outside of 2 explosive plays, Jordan Love was not good tonight. And I wish somebody would try to tell me that he was. He was not good tonight. And the Eagles' offensive line gave Jalen Hurts a ton of time tonight. He needs to do a better job making decisions. I hate that they credit those fumbles against Jalen Hurts because they weren't his fault. He really turned the ball over twice, but they're going to credit him with the fumble loss when they really shouldn't have. It was a bad snap by the center. I don't understand why they don't credit centers with fumbles. I will never understand that. Why the NFL doesn't credit centers with fumbles. If it's a bad snap, it's a fumble on the center, not on the quarterback. I never understand that. But I think Jalen Hurts will figure it out. It was the first game. You testing things out, new offense. You want to take some risk. You feeling good. You feeling loose. Okay, you got it out your system. He had a strong second and third quarter. Jalen Hurts had a strong second and third quarter. I got to be honest about that. He threw the interception in the first quarter. And then he threw the interception at the end of he threw the interception in the fourth quarter. So Jalen Hurts starts the game with the interception, and in the fourth quarter, he throws an interception. Jalen Hurts had a very strong second and third quarter. Very strong. He did not have to throw that interception in the red zone. The Eagles could have put this game away a lot sooner. And Private McClunky, you're right about that. Jalen Hurts took some risky decisions tonight, and he almost had 4 interceptions. You're absolutely right, Private McClunky. Let me get to the super chats. I appreciate y'all. Look, we've only been live for 18 minutes, and I have no idea how long I'm gonna be on tonight. I'm gonna try to stay on for as long as my wife let me. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I feel like I've been on here for like a half an hour. We've only been live for 18 minutes. I feel like I said so much. I need to get to your comments though. Davon Tyree with the $4.99 super chat. He says, Saquon, hat trick. I love Mitchell game. Jalen got to do better. He can't be forcing balls like that to A.J. Brown. Exactly. One interception was forced to Devontae Smith. I don't understand why he threw that ball. And the second interception he threw was forced to A.J. Brown. You don't got to force it. You were in the red zone. You take the points. You don't got to force it. So I agree with you, Davon. Absolutely. Jalen Hurts has to do a better job. He forced those. Those were unforced errors. The defense didn't force those interceptions. He gave that up. Shout out to my man Davon Tyree with the $4.99 super. I shine 1-on-1 with the $4.99 super chat. He says Nolan Smith would have had 3 sacks if he didn't slip on that grass. Yo, bro, facts. I think, listen, we're killing Bryce Huff tonight. We're killing Josh Sweat tonight. No doubt about it. I liked what I saw from Jalen Carter. I liked what I saw from Jordan Davis, if I'm being honest with you. I really do. If you notice, whenever Josh Jacobs got off, he wasn't attacking the DTs. He was attacking the edge. Josh Jacobs was getting out there on the outside zone runs. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis were pretty good in the run defense. The edge rushers were suspect. Every time Josh Jacobs got to that edge, he was able to break something. And then the Eagles linebackers had a pretty good game. The Eagles didn't really get taken advantage of by the play action either. As a matter of fact, the Philadelphia Eagles did a good job keeping their playmakers in check for the most part. Obviously, Josh Jacobs came alive at the end. Can't deny that. But when you hold Romeo Doubs to 4 catches, 50 yards, Tucker Kraft to 2 catches, 37, Josh Jacobs to 2 catches, 20 yards, Christian Watson to 3 catches, 13 yards, right? And so on and so forth. Not a bad night. Jaden Reed is where they got you at. You can't stop everybody. But Jaden Reed had a hell of a game. Got to give credit to Jaden Reed, man. 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, big second half. But the Philadelphia Eagles defense came up big when it mattered most. Came up big. My man S. Blunt with the $4.99 super. He says, fourth quarter, methodical drive, running and passing to burn that clock. Offensive player of the game, Barkley. Defense, Bond. Absolutely. Perfectly broken down, S. Blunt. Offensive player of the game goes to Barkley. Defensive player of the game goes to Zach Bond. I'm encouraged by this linebacker group. I am. I'm encouraged. I think Nakobe Dean is only going to get better. I think Zach Bond is only going to get better. Zach Bond was amazing tonight. I told y'all about that man. Brian Pumper with the $5 super chat. He said, APB, out for Jimmy Hoffa. Where you at? I told y'all. What did I? Hey, Brian, what did I say about Jimmy Hoffa? What did I say about naming yourself Jimmy Hoffa? I told him, didn't I? I said, you better not name yourself Jimmy Hoffa going forward in life, because the problem about Jimmy Hoffa is when they put him in the dirt, they couldn't find him. When they put Jimmy Hoffa in the ground, they couldn't find the remains. What did I say? Brian, thank you for the $5 super chat. What did I say? I said Jimmy Hoffa. When they put you in the dirt, they're not going to be able to find the remains. What did I say? Somebody remind me what I said. Somebody remind me. Where is Jimmy Hoffa? Infamous, you late. We already talked about Hurts. You should have got here earlier. We're going to talk about it more, though. Don't worry. We're going to talk about it more because you're my man. We're going to talk about it more because you're my man. But we already dismantled Hurts. We dismantled him. But I'll get into it again. Don't worry. Infamous, you my man. So I got you. You my man. But what did I say, Brian? I said Jimmy Hoffa is not the name you want to go with. Because when they put him out of his misery, they still can't find the body. They still can't find the body. And where is Jimmy Hoffa now? Where is Jimmy? Jimmy, come out to play. Jimmy, come out to play. Hey, this is what happens. This is what happens when you come playing in the wrong sandbox. This is what happens. This is what happens. But again, through all the ups and downs, right? Jalen Hurts, you got to be better than that. Both of your interceptions were unforced errors. Unforced. Did not have to happen. And then on top of that, I don't even put the fumbles on you, even though they're going to credit you with it. But I don't even put the fumbles on Jalen Hurts. I really don't. But you can't turn the ball over like that. You cannot do that. Unacceptable. Especially when you're coming off of a season where people are already waiting for you to drop the ball. They're waiting for you to fail. They're waiting for you to do what you did. 3 turnovers. Cannot happen, my friend. 3 turnovers. Not good. Not good at all. And please, 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 Saquon did not just carry Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had plenty drives in that game where he marched down the field, was throwing the ball, 2 touchdown passes. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to. Come on, stop it. Stop it. He carried him. Come on. Saquon had a great game. He carried the fucking offense. Like, this is what you pay guys for. This is what you pay the man for. I'm tired of people talking this language of, oh, he got carried by this guy. He carried this guy. They on the same team. They get paid to do what they do. He's a running back. He's supposed to carry the ball. I'm tired of people talking about this carry shit. It's weird to me. It's weird. Hey, Infamous. Infamous. You my man. So I'm gonna let you get your shit off tonight. Excuse my language, y'all. Excuse my language. I'm a little over the moon. Oh man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm encouraged by the defense, though. I'm encouraged by the defense for sure. Let me get to your comments. And I think my man Tony S had a $5 super chat. He says, what's good, Tone? You know, Eagles back when they give us an emotional roller coaster. Facts, Tony. That's a fact. Thank you for the $5 super chat, brother. I appreciate you. Man, oh man, I know it's 12:30 a.m. on the East Coast. It's 11:30 a.m. where I am. I know it's 10:30 in Mountain Time, 9:30 on the Pacific. Man, we up. We up, y'all. I have no idea how long this live stream is going to be, but I'm rolling with y'all for as long as I can. Louis. He said, I never miss a show. Maddox is sus. Reed shows up. Absolutely. With the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Louis. Really do appreciate you, big dog. Maddox is suspect for sure. Jalen Hurts has to clean up the turnovers. I don't put the fumbles on him. I know they're going to credit him with those fumbles, but I don't put the fumbles on Jalen Hurts. I really, really don't. And the interceptions, entirely his fault. He could have thrown more. But I think Jalen Hurts is going to be okay. He got it out of his system, right? I'm encouraged by how this offense looked, even through the turbulence. You saw Kellen Moore making adjustments. You saw Vic Fangio making adjustments. It's the first game of the season anyway. I'm not blowing nothing out of proportion, but I just want to be. It's the first game of the season. Shut up, Infamous. It's the first game of the season. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. The first game of the season. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's the first game of the season. First game of the season. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? It's the first game of the season in Brazil. That turf was awesome. Leave me alone. That turf was awful. That turf was awful. Thank you, Lewis, for the $1.99 super chat. That turf was awful. Oh, my God. Oh, it was a fun game, though. It was a fun game. Hold on, wait, time's out. Infamous. Don't you dare put the Commanders in the same breath as the Ravens, Chiefs, and the Bills. Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare. Oh, my God. Aishan says 3 of the 4 teams you said, Infamous, we beat last year. Facts. Good pull, Aishan. Good pull by you. We beat 3 of those teams you talking about. S. Blunt says, Infamous, all eyes on the Commandos. Facts. Devontae says that soccer turf was so bad, I felt bad for both teams. Absolutely, man. Felt real bad. Private McClunky says, Tone, do you think Sirianni was telling Kellen Moore, let me get some of that play calling because I got PTSD from some of those plays? Yo, that's a good question. Yo, there was a moment where I was like, hold on, wait, is Nick calling some of these plays? There was a moment or two for sure. Oh yeah, Devontae. I hope Jordan Love is okay. That's a bad way to go out. I really hope Jordan Love is okay. I really do, man. I really do hope that he's okay. If, oh my God, all these ifs, man. You know what if stands for? Imaginary friends. Luke Fedina says, was Ringo playing? No, he wasn't playing. He was playing special teams, but he wasn't out there. They had Quinyon Mitchell on the outside, and they had Avonte Maddox in the slot. I'm not putting Avonte Maddox out there unless I have to. Avonte Maddox, he's a safety. Leave him at safety. Avonte Maddox wasn't even supposed to play in the slot tonight. Leave him at safety. He cannot play slot anymore. Brian Stetcher says, Tone, let's be honest. It's a new offense, and it's the first game, too. I think they will do better in the next game. Absolutely, Brian. New offense. You pop the cherry. You feel what I'm saying? You got your first win with your new coordinators. You was able to get by. Listen, and you were in Brazil on terrible grass. The grass was slippery as hell. You flew 10 hours. Listen, you come back to Philly, you clean up, you got some extra time to get it together because you played on Friday instead of Sunday. You get some extra time to clean it up. You play on Monday. The Eagles play on Monday next week. So you have damn near 9 days to get right. That's plenty of time. You got your travel time, your rest days. They got plenty of time to get right. They have so much film to work with during the week. They have so much film. They're going to have a field day in the film room. I listen. I need Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni to pop Jalen Hurts upside his damn head, and that's my dog. That's my dog, man. The comments is rolling in. Make sure y'all smash that like button. It means a lot to me. It goes a long way. We got over 170 people in here. Only 89 likes. The math not mathing. Come on, y'all. Let's go. The real RMP says Quinyon Mitchell looking like our new Lito Shepherd. Quinyon had a pretty good game. He had moments where he did look like a rookie. I will say that. He had moments where he looked like a rookie. He did. But I think overall he had a good game. Infamous, I ain't paying you no mind. It's the first game. First game. Louis says Hurts needs to roll left a couple times just to be unpredictable. Yeah, he does. He does. He does, for sure. Let's see. I think Mitchell was solid. He had moments where he looked like a rookie for sure, but I think he was overall solid. Yeah, that touchdown pass to Saquon was perfect. Perfect. Dean was not trash. Oh my God. I can't pay. It's certain people I just can't pay any money here. As Blunt says, I want to keep Q on the outside. I'm with you on that. As a matter of fact, move Avonte Maddox out of here and put Cooper DeJean in the slot. I'll much rather take my chances on a young, athletic Cooper DeJean than Avonte Maddox again. Avonte Maddox did not look good tonight. He played himself out of a role. Put him back at safety. I would much rather roll the dice with Cooper DeJean if Avonte Maddox is going to look like that. I can't pull for him anymore. If Avonte Maddox is going to look like that, I'm rolling the dice on Cooper DeJean. I'm rolling the dice on him. But here's the thing, though. When Isaiah Rodgers comes back, you may see Quinyon Mitchell go back into the slot. You may see him go back into the slot. Because the Eagles, they want Isaiah Rodgers on the field. Tori says they was picking on Maddox too. They sure was. Oh my God, they sure was. Private McClunky says Maddox was looking like lunch meat out there. Crazy Cat was saying Maddox was getting targeted. He was. Oh my God, Marina. Now I know you trolling. Hey, listen, we're going to ignore what Marina Sands says from now on. Now I know you trolling. You can't sit here and say with a straight face Nakobe Dean was trash, but Avonte Maddox played fine. Are you smoking crack? Are you smoking crack? You said Maddox played fine, but Nakobe Dean was trash? Did you get your hands on the best Yaya in Brazil? Did you get your hands on the best Yayo in Brazil? Is he for real? Is that Yayo that good in Brazil? Are you kidding me? Now I know they troll. Now I know he trolling. He, she, I don't know. Now I know she trolling. Now I know. Avonte Maddox was food tonight. He was food. Stop playing. Avonte Maddox was food. That Zach Barn, Nakobe Dean combo was pretty good. They were pretty good. He was pretty good. And for the most part, Slay had a good night. Listen, the Philadelphia Eagles DBs, they did pretty well. Jaden Reed was the only one that got loose. Jaden Reed was the only one that got loose. Other than that, Eagles DBs played well. If you take, listen, we got to be honest about this, right? The Green Bay Packers, their offense, you take away those two explosive plays by Love, he was horrible. He was horrible. And I hope his injury isn't serious. I really, really hope Jordan Love's injury is not serious. Trust me on that. I don't wish that on nobody. But Josh Jacobs was a ghost in the first half. Thank God he came alive in the second half because the offense wasn't doing shit. Thank God. Hey, Infamous, we're talking about Imps tonight, right? Hey, Infamous, We're talking about ifs tonight, right? You've been saying if all night. You've been saying if all night. I can't say it either. I want to play too. You've been saying if all night, Infamous. I want to play too. I want to play the if game. Come on. I can't play either. Hey, y'all. Infamous won't let me play. Infamous won't let me play, man. I thought we was playing the if game tonight. Come on, man. You can't change the rules on me now. I love you, bro. Come on, man. We can't play the if and the now and the what and the then and the coulda and the woulda and the shoulda. What happened? What happened? Jalen Hurts came out of halftime, delivered a bink right to A.J. Brown, to the house. To the house. Second quarter, dropped a dime to Saquon, back in the end zone. Jalen Hurts getting it done. Moving the chains, marching down the field, making all the line checks. Jalen Hurts was damn near flawless against the blitz, right? Let me make sure I got this correct. I need to find the stats tonight. How was Jalen Hurts on the blitz? Because in the first half, Jalen Hurts was 4 for 4 against the blitz. 64 yards and a touchdown. Perfect quarterback rating. Perfect passer rating. Jalen Hurts handled the blitz pretty well, if you ask me. Pretty well, if you ask me. And then on top of that, Devontae Smith still came through with 7 catches, 84 yards. 7 catches, 84 yards. Devontae Smith still came through. Come on, man. Jimmy Hoffa told me A.J. Brown couldn't run. Crazy Cat says, I love the new offense. Bo1990 says, Smitty is such a fundamental receiver. Yo, he's technically sound. He's so technically sound. As Blunt says, that last drive, Jalen Hurts was surgical, running and throwing to keep the clock going and finish the Packers. Do not forget that. Absolutely. Close the game. Close the game. Luther Winfield says, don't forget on that explosive play, one of them shouldn't have happened. Dean should have got the pick 6. Absolutely, Luther Winfield, but be careful. We can't play the if game all night, right? Everybody don't like when we play. Everybody don't like when we play the if game. So you got to be careful, Luther. Everybody don't like when everybody get a turn. That game should have been 21-12 Eagles. But Nakobe Dean dropped the pick 6. Shizzo, what's going on? With the $4.99 super chat, he says turnovers cost you double in the playoffs. Hurts got to stop trying to be a hero and play efficient. That defense better than expected. That saved them early on. Absolutely. Against that offense that everybody loves so much, the Packers offense, with those skill position guys, that Eagles defense was on multiple short fields, and they held them to field goals. That Eagles defense just needs to be commended. They saved the game. This game would have been out of hand if it wasn't for that defense. This is a newly coached defense. I liked what I saw so far. I think this Eagles defense is going to be pretty good by week 8, week 9. I really believe that. I'm so proud of the defense. They stood tall. They did not flinch. I'm so proud of the defense overall. I understand they gave up 29 points, but when you really the score doesn't really tell the whole story. That game could have got out of hand. And that defense came up big. Quinyon Mitchell had a solid game. Zach Bond was spectacular. Nakobe Dean was solid. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis were solid. Darius Slay was solid. Reed Blankenship was solid. CJ GJ got cracked a couple times. CJ GJ was left on the island, and he got caught. He got caught one too many times on the island with Josh Jacobs. That can't happen. That can't happen. But I think overall the defense played a pretty good game. I'm disappointed in the edge rushers, though. Bryce Huff and Josh Sweat, they was getting ran at. Nolan Smith played better than them. I feel like Nolan Smith had more pressures than Bryce Huff and Josh Sweat combined. Listen, it's the first game. I don't want to condemn anybody. It's the first game. The defense, I don't want to condemn anybody because of one game. I'm not going to condemn Hurts for one game. I'm not going to condemn the defense for having moments where Josh Jacobs got off. Josh Jacobs is legit. He's going to get his at some point. They did a good job keeping him at bay in the first half. They did it really good. They did really well. So as excited as I am, to have the win and to see flashes from certain players, right? I'm not going to overreact. Bryce Huff, Josh Sweat, get it together. Man, we've been live for 42 minutes, 170 people in the live stream. Man, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. It means a lot to me. Man, oh man, thank y'all for the super chats. Brian Pumper, S. Blunt, I Shine, Davon Tyree, Tony S., Lewis Louie, Shizzo Flex. Thank y'all for the super chats. Let me give Louis his wrench. Let me give him his wrench. Where are we? Louis, you got a wrench now. Use it wisely. Oh man, y'all. Let me read some of your comments. The real RMP says trade Huff back to New York and bring Reddick back. It's the first game, y'all. Give him a break. It's the first game. Luther Winfield says that was a big win. Remember, that was technically a home game and a conference win. That is big. Yes, Luther. Good point. Very good point. Infamous. And I'm going to get back to that, Luther. I like that comment. Infamous. I wasn't going to judge y'all anyway. Infamous. I listen, when it comes to the trash talk, Infamous, I follow your lead. When you go low, I go lower. When you go low, I go lower. When you go low, I take it to hell. So I wasn't going to talk no trash about the Commanders. I was going to let them be. But if you keep talking crazy, you better hope the Commanders win. You better hope your man Jaden, whatever, have a hell of a game. You better hope. And also, let me get back to my man comment, Luther Winfield. I love this comment, Luther. He says that was a big win. Remember, that was technically a home game, and it was a conference win. That's big. Absolutely. Now, if it ever comes down to it, you own the head-to-head against Green Bay. They're in your conference. Big win. You own the head-to-head tiebreaker against Green Bay now. Big win. Luther, I couldn't have said it better myself. Hey, Bo. Hoffa said A.J. Brown was slow. Jair Alexander couldn't even catch him. Listen, Jair Alexander, he got an interception tonight. But for the most part, he was getting taken to school. That's a fact. Where are we in the likes, man? We got nearly 170 people in here, 123 likes. Thank y'all so much for the support. C. Johnson says, didn't Love almost throw a pick six? Yes. Jordan Love almost threw a pick six. Yes, he did. Bite Me says, Jalen had 2 picks. Oh, Jair Alexander had 2 picks on AJ. Stop the cap. AJ Piana. Bite me. Just how your name says, bite me. Listen, y'all Packers fans got to do a better job at picking names. Y'all Packers fans got to do a better job at picking y'all internet names. Jimmy Hoffa. Bite me. Come on, man. Bite me. Bite me. Where Jimmy Hoffa at? I'm gonna be looking for his ass all week. Where Jimmy Huff at? And look, let me be fair, right? Jair Alexander is a great corner. Great corner. But he got packed up today. He did get an interception, though. I'll give him that. Especially making the adjustment. I'll give him that. That was a pretty good play by him. But when it mattered most, he couldn't do shit. When it mattered most, he couldn't do shit. If Nakobe Dean would have got that pick six, oh my God, that would have changed the game. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Infamous. If you say infamous. I'm about to put a counter on the screen. Every time you say shoulda, every time you say woulda, every time you say coulda, and every time you say if. I'm gonna start keeping track now. I'm gonna start keeping track. Every time you say shoulda, coulda, woulda, and if, I'm on you. I'm tired of people talking about what if. Y'all Packers fans got to do better. We got to do better. Shout out to my man, Rich Dollars. Oh, come on, y'all. We got to do better. Y'all got to do better. You got to do better. You got to do. But guess what? Tell Jair to hit the weight room. You got to do better. Yeah, Jurgens got to do better. Absolutely. Not a good first game for Cam Jurgens in terms of snapping the ball. He was good in pass pro. He was good in run blocking, but not a good game for him snapping. Not a good game for him snapping the ball. Him and Jalen, you can tell him and Jalen they should have played those guys in the preseason. I bet any amount of money if Jalen Hurts and those boys would have played in the preseason, we wouldn't have seen half of the mistakes we saw. And the Packers played in the preseason. Jordan Love and those boys, the starters, they played in the preseason. Jalen Hurts and the guys didn't play in the preseason. If Jalen Hurts and those boys would have played in the preseason, I doubt we see half of the mistakes we saw. Chin A with the $10 super chat. He said this game was sloppy as hell. Jalen's interceptions were stupid. Jordan Love played like trash, and we should have blown him out. I'm drunk. Go Birds. I love it, Chin. I love it. Thank you for the $10 super. Ayo, Bite Me says missed field goal and 2-point conversion, difference to the game. Well, guess what? You got to do better. Well, guess what? You didn't take advantage of your opportunities, Bite Me. Don't be mad at us. Be mad at your team. Don't be mad at us. Come on, man. Don't get mad at us. I will say this, though. That Packers offensive line had a good game. That Packers offensive line had a pretty good game. I'll give them credit for that. The first half, they was getting no push in the run game. So let's not act crazy now. The first half, y'all was getting no push in the run game. We had Josh Jacobs in the fucking dungeon. So I don't want to hear, Josh Jacobs came alive in the second half. But if you pay attention, Josh Jacobs had to do a lot of dancing to get that yardage. The Packers offensive line got no push in the first half. Josh Jacobs was nowhere to be found. And then, things wear down. Josh Jacobs got loose a couple times. He got loose a couple times, for sure. It happens. It's Josh Jacobs. What do you expect? He got loose. For sure. But Josh Jacobs, no touchdowns. That man was clamps in the first half. Y'all couldn't stop my guy. 3 touchdowns, over 120 yards from scrimmage, 2 running, one catching touchdown. Come on, man. We got to stop this. Y'all got to do better. Shout out to my man Chin once again with the $10 super chat. Jalen Hurts absolutely has to be cleaner. Has to be cleaner. Has to be. You cannot do that. You cannot put your defense in those situations. You cannot do that. I'm willing to bet that defense would have played better down the stretch if Jalen Hurts wouldn't have screwed them with the turnovers. I'm willing to bet that. I'm willing to bet if Jalen Hurts didn't screw the defense with the turnovers and giving them short fields, that defense would have had way more gas on the back end. I really believe that. I firmly believe that. That defense was not put in good positions in the first quarter. They weren't. And they still found a way to stand tall, still found a way to hold the line. Whew. Jacobs was non-existent in the first half, bro. He was nowhere to be found. Josh Jacobs was nowhere in the first half. Nowhere. Eagles defensive line had him in the dungeon. And then the second half came and he got loose. It's Josh Jacobs. It's hard. It's hard. Thank you, Chin, for the $10 super chat, brother. I appreciate you. My man, NewTube12 with the $1.99 super. He said Mekhi Becton was out there throwing dudes. Yo, Mekhi Becton looked good too. Mekhi Becton was throwing balls. The Eagles' offensive line looked good overall. For it to be the first year with this combination, they looked good. Lane Johnson gave up a sack. Very uncharacteristic. Let me give NewTube Gaming his wrench, by the way. NewTube Gaming, you now have a wrench for donating a super chat to the channel. Thank you, my friend. He also says Mekhi Becton and Zach Bone were balling. Bro, Mekhi Becton and Zach Bone looked good. The new additions looked good tonight, for the most part. The new off-season additions looked pretty good tonight. Mekhi Becton was sturdy. Zach Bone was sturdy. Quinyon Mitchell was good. Who else? Saquon Barkley was spectacular. We need more from Bryce Huff. We need more. But it's the first game. I'm not going to kill him. First game, you're in foreign territory in Brazil. The grass was awful. So I'm not going to kill them. I'm not going to kill the pass rush. I want to see how this pass rush does in Philly. That's what I want to see. I want to see how the pass rush does in Philadelphia. If they can't get around the corner in Philly, then we got some issues. Louis with the $4.99 super chat. He said, thank you for the wrench. Smash that like button, y'all. Fangio was up in the box writing a novel of corrections for ATL. Our preseason was in Sao Paulo. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that defense came out strong. I'm so glad the defense played in the preseason, though. That was a good move by the coaches. I'm so glad defense played in the preseason. Offense should have played in the preseason. You clearly saw the rust factor, but Kellen Moore settled those guys down. Jalen Hurts and Cam Jurgens fixed their issues for the most part. And then, Jalen Hurts just had turnover riddled first quarter and first quarter and fourth quarter. He had a strong second and third. That's why it's 4 quarters. That's why you play the game, baby. Jalen Hurts struggled in the first quarter. Figured it out in the second and third quarter. Saquon Barkley got off. And then Jalen Hurts made some ill-advised decisions in the fourth quarter. But the final drive, he came up big. Was surgical, making all the right passes, making all the right reads, making all the line calls. I'm not letting that go unnoticed. Jalen Hurts was great making all the line calls. He was great. Now you can tell he's getting used to it because they were utilizing the entire play clock for the most part. The Philadelphia Eagles dominated time of possession. He's going to get smoother with making the line calls and being a little bit more efficient. But Jalen Hurts so far, so good against the blitz. In the first half, he was 4 for 4 against the blitz. 4 for 4 against the blitz. 64 passing yards and a passing touchdown against the blitz. A perfect passer rating. Jalen Hurts was very good. Very good against the blitz tonight. Thank you, Agluey, for the super chat, my friend. Thank you. The real RMP with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you for the love, big dog. Thank you. Means a lot to me. Really do appreciate you, RMP. Let me get some of your comments. Jonathan Cook says the Phillies won and the Eagles won. What a good night. Absolutely. Crazy Cat says defense had less rust, 100%. That's a fact. Louis says Nick has no aura. He's an empty whistle, timeout caller. But listen, though, I don't care what nobody says. Nick Sirianni did a great job calling the game. Nick Sirianni had well-timed timeouts. Nick Sirianni handled the clock beautifully. We have to give more respect to coaches who are CEO coaches, and we have to give more respect to calling the game. Nick Sirianni had a great game calling it in terms of using the timeouts and the clock and going forward on fourth down and so on and so. Nick Sirianni made good decisions when it mattered most, and he took the proper risk when it mattered most. I had to give credit to the clock management. Yes, as blunt, yes. Nick Sirianni's clock management was really, really good tonight. Really, really good. His decision-making on fourth down, whether to go for it or not, really, really good. Very good. His decision to go for it on the 2-point conversion. Wait, did we go for it on 2-point? No, I don't think we did. I think Nick Sirianni was strong tonight. And I love Nick Sirianni talking to his players. I actually prefer Nick Sirianni walking around, communicating with his guys. I actually prefer that. I like that a lot. You saw this team rally. This team could have got away from themselves. The Philadelphia Eagles were under so much pressure. They got punched in the mouth quite a few times tonight, and they still responded. You had to give credit where credit is due. The Eagles were facing so many narratives going into this game. So many narratives. And they got punched in the mouth a few times tonight, and they responded. They stood tall. They didn't panic. These are the signs of a good team, a team that's together, a team that has moved on from the drama. This game could have got out of hand, and they still held firm. Thank you, RMP, for your $4.99 super chat. My man Terry Hayes, thank you so much for your $2 super chat. He says that game was too much. Defense looked pretty good. They did look good. I think this defense is going to be good come week 8, week 9. I really do. Thank you so much, Terry, for your $2 super chat. It means a lot to me, brother. Thank you. Malijah Earl with the $4.99 super. Malijah Earl says, if our Rich Ass running back has 3 touchdowns, there's no reason not to give him the ball on 3rd and goal, especially when Hurts and Jurgens have been sloppy. Absolutely. No reason why you don't give him the ball. He was moving. There's no reason you don't give him the ball. I feel like they need to. I'm going to be honest with you. I am tired of the brotherly shove. I don't want to see it anymore. I'm tired of it. You have Saquon Barkley. I don't want to see the brotherly shove. I really don't want to see it like that. I don't want to see it like that. You got Saquon Barkley who was moving the rock. You give him that ball. Simple as that. Don't overthink it. Don't put your quarterback in harm's way. Jalen Hurts was really moving. Jalen Hurts took some hits tonight. And I love the determination. I love the determination by Jalen Hurts tonight. I love it. But you got Saquon Barkley. Give him the ball. Just give him the rock. Big Chris says Jalen Hurts, and thank you, Malijah, for the super chat. Big Chris says Jalen Hurts made multiple bad decisions. He did. He tried to force the ball a little bit. He forced the ball, and it led to 2 interceptions. He would have had 3 or 4, but he forced the ball, and he got away with it. He got away with it tonight. But he has to watch the film and realize he doesn't have to do that anymore. He doesn't have to do that. You don't got to force it. Every time he forced the ball, it was completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. We got a taste of how good this team could be, though. We got a taste of it. If they clean up those turnovers, man, they smoke the Packers. If they clean up them turnovers, it's a smoke show. Shep going on. What's going on, big dog? He says, "What up, Tone?" I said Green Bay was good, but we're better. We got the W. Go Birds. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Like, I understand, people want to I understand people want to kill Jalen Hurts, but Jordan Love did not play well at all. Jalen Hurts was clutch. That final drive was surgical. Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, huge. Kenny Gainwell, I like what I saw from Kenny Gainwell. I liked what I saw from Kenny Gainwell. I got to be honest. I know he didn't have that many opportunities, but Kenny Gainwell, I liked what I saw from him. Shout out to the OG Shep with the $10 super chat. Thank you, big dog. He says fly equals fly. You already know. Where are we at? It's 12 o'clock my time. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Listen, y'all it's Friday. It's Friday. I got a lot of y'all up late on Friday night. I love it. I love it. Man, what a show. The real RMP says 34 passes, 38 runs. They had a balanced offense. They sure did, RMP. That's how you don't panic, right? Even when things were getting a little shaky, Kellen Moore didn't panic. He stayed balanced, and he kept giving the ball to Saquon when it mattered. And also some of those runs were Jalen Hurts scrambling. Jalen Hurts had 13 rush attempts. Some of them were scrambles, though. I will give credit to that Packers defensive line. That Packers defensive line did a great job keeping Jalen Hurts from breaking one. That Packers defensive line is very good. They did a great job keeping Jalen Hurts in the pocket. A tremendous job. Cameron Holmes says the Falcons got Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates. Hurts got to tighten up. That's a fact. He got to tighten up. Jesse Bates know how to make house calls. Jesse Bates knows how to get to the end zone after he get an interception. He's the pick six man. So you're going up against a top tier DB room. Louis says, bro, I was happy to see Covey on offense. He's getting opportunities. It was so many people was on the field tonight for the Eagles. You saw Britton Covey on the field. You saw Johnny Wilson on the field. You saw Will Shipley on the field. You saw Grant Calcaterra on the field. The Philadelphia Eagles did such a good job getting guys on the field, using them in motion. I love seeing Will Shipley on the field with Saquon. I love that. You got two running backs that can catch the ball. The Philadelphia Eagles offense should be multiple. They should be very multiple. Hey, Gustavo Francoso with a $10 super chat. He says, hello from Brazil. We love to host the NFL game here in Brazil and have the Eagles as our local in our stadium. Thanks for bringing us in this credible game. Go Birds, go. Gustavo, we got a super chat from Brazil, y'all. We got a super chat from Brasilia. That's lit. That's tough. Gustavo, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. Wow, this is so cool. The Eagles had a game in Brazil, and we got our first super chat from Brazil. This is dope. Gustavo Francoso, I hope I'm saying your name right, brother. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Your country, so beautiful. I speak for myself, and I speak for Eagles fans. Any bad words that were said about Brazil, I apologize on behalf of the fan base, brother. Beautiful country, beautiful fan base. You guys showed out. I love seeing all the Eagles jerseys. I love seeing the Packers jerseys. It was just so dope. It was a great product. It was a great game. Both teams put up points. It was so dope. Thank you, Gustavo. We got a super chat from Brazil. This is Fly. Thank you so much, Gustavo. Thank you. $10, man. Thank you, man. That's so awesome. 757 CJ says, bro, I'll take the W, but why do we got to complicate stuff? The run works and we go away from it. I'll take the W. Subpar play and score 35. Where Huff at? He go missing again? Yeah, Hoffa burying his head in the sand right now. Hoffa's burying his head facing the sand. Andrew Phillips says that field was crap. It was, man. It was rough. That field was rough, man. They could have did a better job with that. But I heard that it was a soccer field, right? So I heard that soccer fields are more slick than football fields. I heard the grass is lower. I heard it's more slick. Luther Winfield says, Tone, not trying to get you in trouble, but did you catch that halftime show? We need to play in Brazil again. Yo, Luther, you know what's funny about that halftime show? My wife came in right when it was starting. She was right there. She was right there when it started. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, I wish the game start, man. I'm tired of this. She was like, okay. All right, yeah. I want the game to start too. Yeah. But my wife walked in right there, bro. My wife walked in right when it started. She was like, yeah, okay. All right. When the game started. Cameron Holmes says, did Nolan actually play a better game than Bryce Huff? I think he did. I feel like Nolan Smith played a better game. I feel like I saw him more so in pass rush than I saw Bryce Huff or Josh Sweat. Also, I got to get used to Josh Sweat's new number. I got to get used to it because I'm so used to seeing 94. I was there was moments in the game where I was like, who the hell is number 19? I couldn't figure out for the life of me who was number 19. But then I had to remember, oh, Josh Sweat changed his number. So maybe I wasn't looking for Sweat because I forgot he changed his number. Michael Bittner says, you said Hurts did good before the snap. I feel like most of the time he changed the play and went nowhere or lost us a couple yards. Nah. It wasn't just about Michael Bittner, right? It wasn't just about changing the play. It wasn't just about that. It was about picking up the blitz, right? It was about making sure that your offensive line knows where the blitz is coming from. That's what I'm talking about, right? Because, look, when you audible, it doesn't always go in your way, go in your favor. But I did like what I saw from him as far as picking up the blitz, which spoke to how he was maneuvering at the offensive line. His pre-snap was pretty good. I'll give credit to that. Cameron Holmes says, thoughts on JD's play? I thought Jordan Davis was all right. I thought Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter were solid. If you notice, Josh Jacobs didn't get off until the second half, and that's when they started running towards the edge. They were running at Bryce Huff. They were running at Josh Sweat. He wasn't running up the middle. He couldn't get past Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. He started getting off when he started attacking the the C gaps. You feel what I'm saying? Philly Strong says, Tone, if Nick would have just handed the ball off to Barkley instead of trying to tush push on multiple plays, this game would have been over with. I agree 100%. I agree. Gustavo Francoso. He says, this is your second super chat from Brazil. Hope you guys come back soon. Let's have a beer together. About the fake news, don't worry about that. Now we're brothers and eagles. Yes, sir, Gustavo. Yes. Gustavo, thank you so much for donating to the show. I hope, matter of fact, let me give you your wrench, Gustavo. Let me give you your wrench. Here you go. Gustavo, I've just given you a wrench. Now you are a moderator for the live stream. So whenever you chat in the live stream, you're going to see a blue wrench pop up next to your name. I give those to everybody who donates to the channel. Shout out to Gustavo with his second super chat. My second super chat from Brazil. This is tough. This is awesome. Andrew Phillips says, I have a question. What's the reason for Hurts not playing under center? You know what? I'm so glad you said that. I expected way more from under center. But again, it's the first game, y'all. It's the first game. I think we're going to see this offense continue to develop. We're going to see this offense continue to show us more facets of it. It's the first game. The first game. So I don't want to jump out the window and say, oh, there's all that. I don't want to jump out the window. But I did see some things that I liked. I liked what I saw from Quinyon Mitchell. I liked what I saw from Zach Bond. I liked what I saw from Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. I liked what I saw from Darius Slay, Reed Blankenship. I liked what I saw from the DBs and the linebackers. I'm gonna be honest. I liked what I saw. I did. You won the game. It's the first one. Don't overreact to the negative. Don't overreact to the negative. Don't overreact to the positive. Just enjoy it. Acknowledge what you need to acknowledge. Don't overreact to the negative. Don't overreact. The Eagles did an excellent job executing on the motion too. They did a great job, man. You just saw how much food they was leaving on the table. You just saw it. Oh, man. Gustavo says about the grass. I've heard that is the same as the Eagles and Packers we brought from USA, especially for this game. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you know, I heard the same thing. I heard they brought grass from the States. I heard that too. But I think they tried to blend it or something like that, or it was some kind of combination of grass. I'm unsure about it too, Gustavo, if I'm being honest. I'm unsure about it too, but I think they did try to make some kind of blend. It was just weird. It was weird. But overall, the Eagles were able to overcome. They were able to overcome it. The real RMP says, I am not a fan of Jalen with the bootleg. Listen, it's the first game, y'all. They were trying some things. Yes, Gustavo, I heard about that. I heard that prior to the game. I heard that earlier in the day the grass was dry, but then at nighttime it got real humid. I mean, you tell me. You know better than I do. Can it get? I can imagine that it can get really humid in Brazil, right? In Sao Paulo. I imagine that it can get really humid. And it made that grass real slick. Michael Bittner says, "Yeah, I feel like he did pretty good too. Just think he might be trying to do too much at times, but I think he'll get it down the few games." Yeah, I agree. I think Jalen Hurts just I think Jalen, again, new offense, new coordinator. You're trying things, you know. Yeah, you're trying things. And honestly, if they would have played in the preseason, I don't think you see some of those mistakes, if I'm being honest with you. All right. You guys, it's late. Hold on. Louis says, Tone, was it just me or was it a different vibe on offense now that Hurts has more control? Some jitters, needs more real time. Yes, absolutely. There was a different vibe on the offense. It just seemed like Jalen Hurts was more in control of what was going on. It seemed like he was, again, Jalen Hurts was very sharp against the blitz tonight. And again, first time calling your own game, calling your own line calls. I think he did okay. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to be better going forward. I think he's going to be better going forward. I really believe that. He took some risks tonight, some unforced errors, but I think he'll be better. I really, really do. All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. It's 12:18 a.m. where I am, so I know it's like 1:18, 1:20 where you guys are. I can't be – listen, I got to get some rest. We did 3 live streams today, y'all. 3 live streams. Where they do that at? Who's giving y'all this? Who's giving y'all this energy, this passion, this content like this? We did 3 live streams today, you guys. We did a live stream at noon. We did a live stream in the afternoon, the early evening at 4 p.m. Eastern, and now we did a midnight live stream. Man, oh man. Appreciate y'all for being here, showing love. This was a hell of a football game. Prayers up to Jordan Love. I really do hope Jordan Love is okay. The last thing I need is for him to get hurt. Wasn't a good look. So much more to clean up. So much more to do. Really grateful to be here with you guys. Super grateful to Gustavo Francoso for hosting the Philadelphia Eagles in Brazil. Thank you, Gustavo, for being a supporter of Chalk It Up Sports. Thank you for donating to the YouTube channel as well. I am so grateful to you, my friend. It was a fun football game. I hope you're now a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and I hope you come back here for another show. We do content damn near every day. I heard it's only like a 1 hour time difference between Philadelphia and Brazil. I heard it's only like a 1 hour time difference. And on top of that, I'm on the central time zone. So I think, Gustavo, I think you and I are in the same time zone. So I hope you come back for some more good cooking from me when it comes to this Eagles talk. I really do appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, Gustavo. Thank you, everyone who donated today. Thank you, Gustavo, for donating today. Thank you, Shep, for donating. Malijah Earl, Terry Hayes, The Real RMP, NewTube Gaming, Louis for donating multiple times, Chin A, Shizzo Flex, Tony S, Davon Tyree, iShine, S Blunt, Brian Pumper. Thank you guys so much for donating to the channel. You guys are truly, truly magnificent. It was a hell of a football game. We got so much more to break down, but it's way easier to break the film down when you got a W, when you got something in the win column. It was fun being back in front of you guys. The NFL is back. Football is back. Your Eagles are back. I love it. You love it. And it was a hell of a show. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the show as well. Stay humble. Stay healthy. Most importantly, stay hungry. I've been your humble host, Tone DeShields II. And you guys were locked in on Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.